the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. The no bullshit approach to all financial markets, from Bitcoin and darknets to political betting, and of course, a focus on the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. I'm your host, Brian Micon, financial genius, Bitcoin since 2011, and a poker player. Joining me are my fellow degens you know and love, Matt Glantz, former options trader from the Philadelphia Exchange, and Brett Ritchie, the head of Blitzpick, coming to a blockchain near you. The whole thing is put together by Tony the producer, and this is Market Mania. We come rocking in every day like that now. It is one hell of a day in the markets today. Tony, we're getting right into it. Throw it to Matt Glantz. How's the markets doing? How's the option fund?
The Dow's flying. It's up 300 and some points right now. Market's up pretty good. NASDAQ stocks are kind of unchanged. Fund is up 3%. We love days like this where nothing's really moving that much. A lot of the tech stocks are sort of down a little bit or up a little bit, but nothing's really moving. It's great for us. What's going on in the Robinhood world there, Brett?
Robinhood, they're loving it. Obviously, everything is green. And we've got our first screenshot from a fan of the show, Betsy Adams from Maysville, Kentucky, not Ripley, Ohio, Maysville, Kentucky. And she likes some of these stocks. She said that JMIA is the one that is weighing her down right now, but she's feeling strong. She really likes that rocket pick that I believe Micon gave out.
JMIA is the African Amazon, by the way.
Yeah, the African Amazon. So you're probably still feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, if you're out there watching, feel free to send us portfolios, any trades you make, and we may feature it on the show. Back to you, Micon.
Very spicy. We're going to start off, and I do appreciate the fan screenshots of Robinhood. Starting off today, rocking the markets is more vaccine news. We have a COVID vaccine, probably, maybe, Moderna and Pfizer. What do you got on this one, Brett?
Yeah, so Moderna came out and they said they're close to a vaccine. It shows 94.5% effectiveness. I'm pretty sure the Pfizer one was 90 or 92. It kind of reminds me of that Onion article, fuck it, we're going to 5 blades from back in the day, where they're going to keep trying to top each other with the higher percent of the vaccine working. But the market likes it, right? We've seen the market pump on vaccine news before. It's doing it again today. And again, it's more of like the old school, more like regular stocks, and some of the big tech, the Zooms and Netflix of the world are taking a hit here. Matt, what do you see in your options flow order book over there?
I mean, people love the idea of us opening back up, and all the old school stocks, the Boeings, the airlines, the travel industry, they're all up, and the tech stocks are down today. But that happened last week. Last Monday, the same thing came out with Pfizer's vaccine, and then everything kind of turned around after Tuesday, and the tech stocks started leading again. So we'll see if we take that same path this week.
You got to love it. The market is going to rock on any vaccine news, positive or negative, over the next couple of months here. And I think November is the Moderna. I think there's a trial or something. I think there's a couple more trial data that we keep getting back. Is that right, Matt? Like over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, they're just telling you their trial data right now. They can't manufacture enough to make a difference in this country yet. It's going to take months to get this supply out. And, depending on how fast people are willing to take it, hopefully they say by April and May will be sort of like a 50% clip of the country vaccinated.
I'm out on. I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. I get my flu shot. I recommend children get all their vaccines. I'm not going to be first in line for this thing. I feel it's still maybe too many corners cut, or I don't care where it's coming from. I'll be in the second half of the country.
not going to grab the first intravenous anti-COVID vaccine out there. Brett Ritchie, he's going to stay exposed, and that's fine. It's a personal decision. And I want to hear Tony, the producer, on our second topic, calling all bag holders here. It says to ship it in, huh, Tony? What are you going to do? You going to listen here?
Well, I think Morgan Stanley is agreeing with the prevailing winds that came out today, that the vaccine is good news, that we're going to have this V-shaped recovery. But what I don't understand is that before COVID ever hit, the banks were failing. They needed bailouts from the Federal Reserve to the tune of billions of dollars overnight. We never solved that. And in fact, Bill Ackman's got a short on corporate debt right now, assuming another crash is coming. Yet Morgan Stanley here is saying, buy equities, buy corporate debt. So where's this disconnect coming from? Matt, are you encountering this when you talk to people? Are people bullish, or do they understand that there might be another leg coming yet?
Well, interest rates are ticking up. The 2-year and 10-year are ticking up a little bit, and that's very bullish for banks. It's the first chance for them to really make money in the last year or so, because it's hard when we're at zero interest rates. The banks can't really lend at a higher rate than they borrow from. But when the spread gets big, when the interest go up, the spread gets bigger, and that's how they make money. So I don't think anybody was expecting rates to go up so quickly, but they have in the past couple of weeks.
Well, I think the problem was rates to begin with. They spiked back in September of 2019. That almost crashed the entire system. Brett, I don't know. What do you think? Are you going to be buying in Robinhood style, or are you hedging?
No. I'll say this. Whenever I see a big bank or something like that say trust with anything, I immediately don't trust. Call me whatever, a lunatic maybe. Montana with a rifle is my exit plan. But Morgan Stanley says trust us. No thanks. I'm cool on that.
But if Trump says trust us, that we can believe that though, right?
Shots fired. I'm getting out of here
All right,
before
let's
this
move on,
escalates. See you guys.
Hit him up on Twitter. If you guys need to engage in this, hit him up, Matt Glantz, at Brett Ritchie over there on Twitter.
Don't trust Morgan Stanley, but trust Trump.
I never said to trust Trump. I just said distrust both sides. They're all assholes.
Or just say, fuck them, 2 middle fingers up, go
Antigua.
Crypto, and then away you go. Yeah,
Montana with a rifle, Antigua with a ledger. Either way.
Yeah, I mean, both are good options.
All right, guys, Golden State sports betting age. What are we talking about here?
Long.
It's up my alley.
Brett Ritchie, I know you're all over this. If it's a sports betting article, tell us what's going on.
This is Paul R. LaMonica, and it breaks down 3 new states, Maryland, Louisiana, and I forget the other one, but 3 more states just legalized sports betting in this most recent election. We now are over half of the country that either has legalized sports betting or is on track to offer legalized sports betting. And we're seeing a ton of money coming in. DraftKings lost, I believe, like 300-something million last quarter. Again, they're really aggressively going after customer acquisition. FanDuel is their main competitor, but you also have the MGMs of the world, the more traditional players, and then some smaller startups like PointsBet out of Australia, which on a side note, I think PointsBet's a little interesting. It's like a $2 billion market cap, which is a lot less than some of these. And they do have licenses to operate in several U.S. states already. But basically, look, like the faucet is opened and more states are coming through every year, every election cycle. So if you're bullish on the sports betting stocks, this is kind of what you want to see. Obviously, you don't see Texas or California or Florida. Those are the big ones. But Matt, what do you think about this whole sector?
So we got a note out this morning. Let me see if I can find it now that you brought it up, from Needham. Needham's a brokerage firm, analyst firm, and they are saying that DraftKings lockup expiration has been a gift, and they're raising estimates. That came out this morning. So they say basically because all the insiders got to sell their stock finally in the last few weeks, that the stock's depressed, and they think it's a great idea to buy DraftKings here at $42.
I think, and it took a little COVID dip also, where it got lumped in with the Zooms of the world, which I don't think is very reasonable. And as you said, like people thought this might have hit lower than it did when the insiders were dumping. Like it was actually a pretty bullish dump, if that makes sense.
I think what you're going to see is DraftKings look to buy physical casinos around the country, small ones, and sort of had a home base, sort of like what Penn National Gaming And
$16 billion in the cap. When you guys talk about $42, you're talking about a $16 billion cap for DraftKings. Are you okay with that?
I like DraftKings better than any of the high cap ones. I like PointsBet if you want to take a flyer on a lower cap one, but of the big ones, DraftKings has the best product. They have the best execution. FanDuel keeps screwing up.
That's enough of DraftKings. We got to move on here, guys. We got to keep it cooking. BABYF. I'm excited to talk about BABYF. It's the Beyond for Babies, Beyond Meats for Babies. Basically, it's a plant-based food company out of some Israeli scientists developed this breast milk, plant-based food, breast milk. It's kind of popular in the Amazon. It's on Amazon.com right now. You can order it. It's getting popular among those like yuppie kind of people. What are they called now? The yuppies these days. Whatever the yuppies were 20 years ago.
Gen Z, I don't know. We're too old.
Yeah, whatever they are. It's really getting really popular. People want to feed their babies plant-based foods because, who knows? It's the same thing as Beyond Meats. I don't get all this stuff, but I know it's a hot sector. It's this little stock with a less than a $200 million market cap. It's listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange, but you can buy it here through, your regular broker. And it's like $2. What is it? Like $2.47. I think it's a great buy. I bought a bunch on my IRA, not in the trading account, but I bought it in the IRA just to put it away and not look at it for a while and see what happens.
Is it a soy boy? Are you allowed to say that anymore?
Plant-based breast milk and baby food and stuff like that.
Sounds awful. Maybe you want to go with the actual titty milk. I mean, just one guy.
It makes sense. All the people
Israelis are involved. Like, always get excited. The Israelis are the smartest guys around.
Vegans have kids too, right? And so it's like the people that are out there eating Beyond Meat, they might want to feed the same thing to their children. So this is the kind of stock that could also get way ahead of its earnings or revenue.
It could pump.
No, just like Robinhood goes nuts on the Beyond Meat for kids, and it's trading 50x revenues or something.
Small unit cost, you gotta love it. Shenanigans new product, for the ultra super woke. I don't know if it's going to end up being better or worse than breast milk. I'll take breast milk if we're just betting, but I don't know. So all right, so we'll look into that one. BABYF is your ticker symbol. Looks like an OTC stock. You got a penny stock up there for us, Glance. Gotta love it.
I won one for Brett in his Robinhood account. I figured he'd love this one.
I don't know if Robinhood can get OTCs, but we will check on
Just so we know, I piled in on Friday and today in my IRA, just so we're clear. I'm all in on this one.
Full disclosure, piled in on the BABYF here. Okay.
I like it.
That is a strong signal. Not available on Robinhood.
Let's go, Mike. Let's move on, buddy.
It's ape season, okay? Now, Alex Weiss, gentleman that I just recently became aware of, I believe I don't know if we've ever met or whatnot, but this gentleman, he crushed the Trump bets, being pro-Trump going into the night, sold it at 70%, says he hedged out for a 7-digit win there, and then just posted, the most insane leveraged play that I've seen, at least that I've seen posted publicly ever. This is batshit bananas, ridiculous. He's calling ape season, and he's aping in hard. This looks like, doing some quick math here, somewhere around 55 million. 55 million Bitcoin leveraged. Or actually, well, I guess there's a small hedge there with the ETH BTC pair that he's short. But it looks like the gentleman is 40-something million long Bitcoin right now. And that shit is up 800 in the last 24 hours, a little 5%, 6% move on the way up. Got to love it. That is, Brett, have you heard of a bigger play? I haven't heard.
I haven't, man. Hats off in respect to Alex. I will say this, Matt.
Hats are off here.
You're on the record saying you think Biden is the best short-term play in the next 2 months. Biden to win the election. It seems like Alex or some of these big Bitcoin guys may disagree with you, and they think Bitcoin is ready to just rock it now.
I'm hitting the gentleman up to see if he wants to come on.
Brett, if you can buy Biden at 15% right now, he's going to, like 5 or 6x by January. I don't think anybody thinks Bitcoin's going to 5 or 6x by then.
Wait, you can't buy Biden. You can buy Biden at you can buy it at 85 cents.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of it backwards with Trump.
Yeah,
but you're Biden. So you can buy Biden at 80%, 85%, get 15%. So you're getting like 20% return in the next 2 months.
So you need Bitcoin to essentially hit. It's an all-time high. It's a Bitcoin all-time high.
Bitcoin's a favorite to go over 20% in the next 2 months.
Maybe Alex Weiss might have something to say about that, considering he aped in for that size. It's a 8-digit long, ladies and gentlemen, mid 8-digit long. Holy shit! So
is he doing that on like a BitMEX kind of account where he's getting 100 times leverage?
FTX.
When it says 2,000 Bitcoin, is that really 20 Bitcoin?
Yeah, we don't know his leverage. We don't know his leverage.
Leverage,
if it's 20x, then he's in 2 million. If it's 10x, 4.5 million or whatever. So yeah, that looks like FTX screenshot there.
FTX is just like BitMEX that way with the leverage and everything.
Bigger BitMEX, more popular BitMEX these days.
Okay.
Sam Bankman-Fried, the old the guy that owns that exchange shipped 5 million to Biden this year. That was the big one. He backed Biden for 5 million. So that tells you probably how well that thing is doing. All right, it is ape season, ladies and gentlemen. According to Alex Weiss, we'll see how that one ends up. But on Market Mania right now, it is the do your own research, not investment advice, Market Mania pick of the day season right now. We try to help you stack them to the top, despite this not being investment advice of any sort or way. Matt Glantz, we keep it moving. What is your pick of the day?
BABYF, we talked about it. It's like 247 now. Two of my buddies that I respect, real sharp guys, trader guys, both love the stock. They get into fundamentals of stocks. I don't really do that. I just like to buy stocks that go up a lot, and this stock has been going up all year long, so I love it.
Doesn't like fundamentals, only wants the ones that go up. Gotta love it.
I'm a
hell of a
simple guy.
thesis. Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day?
I'm riding with Jumia. Jumia Technologies, the African Amazon. I think that it hasn't seen the pump we're hoping. I got to look out for Betsy with her Robinhood portfolio. Jumia is the one that's been kind of hasn't been carrying the weight. And I think, there's going to be a ton of big gains coming out of Africa soon. So I think this is about as good a play as any at about 15. So
love that one as well. You got to assume e-commerce. I know that thing's already hot in Nigeria. And so my pick of the day today is going to be a little company called 8x8. They bought the Jitsi Meat thing that I love, the little Zoom killer. And EGHT is their ticker symbol. Cute little 2 billion-ish market cap company. A lot of room to grow. They have it's a small piece. The Jitsi Meat's a small piece of it, but hey, I love that product. Gonna back that. Gotta throw that one out for the pick of the day. Let the heads process it. All right. And I
got some bad news. Someone in the chat just said no BABYF on Robinhood. I'm sorry about that, guys, but if you do have a TD Ameritrade account, you can certainly buy it there. That's where I bought it. That's where
you're gonna need a real broker to jump in on the OTCs. Even Robinhood, who will snap approve you for options and take an instant deposit right when you make the account, they won't give you the OTC stocks. So sorry. Grab a real broker if you want to fire like that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's episode of Market Mania. We thank you for joining us, and while the world is on fire, I like to think of some of the modern day poets and their words to bring me comfort, such as Baby Bash from the old school hit Cyclone. And it goes a little something like this. It's a wrap when she breaking boys off the typhoon. It's a wrap. Gotta get that feta like a boss tycoon. It's a wrap. Now hold it steady because she make a monsoon. It's a wrap. Now you could Google download to iTunes. A dated reference, no doubt. Like and subscribe to Market Mania on the YouTube and follow us at Market Mania Show on Twitter. We will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over
day, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual, get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury, power of attorney where I would turn in. Can't lie like this is to be burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine it look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind, was afraid of the time. Strobe light, like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now, how about tonight? My interview's tight now, I was so